Hello team, how you doing? This is Gary Bledsoe here, and I just want to send a video out to you guys because and the title of this video is going to be called "A Little from a Lot," and it's the reason why it's very key. I want you to just really hear those words: get a little bit from a lot. Recently, Lynette and I, my wife and I, we were featured on our company's regional call, in which we were speaking to a lot of the top leaders in the call. And one of the questions that came up is they asked us what was the one element, one factor that helped change our business. And that one factor that helped change our business was we decided to 100% focus on recruiting, because we realized that we needed to get a little bit from a lot. And a lot of people have recently have questioned the recent commissions that have come in, and they want to know exactly why they didn't get what they thought they were going to get. And I just wanted to just tell those people that the big money earners in this company, in our company, they're not worrying about that. The big money earners, as far as in corporate America, Microsoft, and all these other places, they're not worrying about if they're getting, that their checks are going up and down, and their commissions are going up and down, because they understood how to get a little bit from a lot. I remember that's called the Getty philosophy. I think it was Paul J. Getty. I believe I'm quoting the name correctly. He believed in getting a little bit from a lot. And an example of that, and I'm going to give you an example of that. If, say for instance, you decided you don't have any other business, so you're not an employee anymore, and you decide that you want to go into business for yourself, and you decide to buy ATM machines, and you place those ATM machines around the country. You place at least 50 ATM machines in every city around the country, right? Just imagine that. And each of those ATM machines, every time someone went to it, you were paid 50 cents every time someone went to it. So in some parts of the country, they may go in those ATMs maybe 3 times a day. In some other parts of the country, if they're in a casino or something like that, they may go into those ATMs 15, 20, 30 times a day. But each time you will get 50 cents. That is the concept of getting a little bit from a lot. The little bit you're getting, the little 50 cents over time accumulates. Let me give you another example. See, people must understand that you can only squeeze an orange, but so much. You can only squeeze it for so much. It'll have only but so much juice. So I'm going to take example. If you was to have a glass right in front of you right now, and you took just one orange, you grab that orange, you slice it in half, you squeeze both sides as tight as you could, giving it all the grip you can. Use pliers if you have to. You will only get that glass maybe half full. If a little, not that, it'll be a little bit less than half full. However, if you had 50 oranges and that same one glass, and you cut them in half, and you squeeze just a little bit of juice, just one little bit, that's it. Not a lot of juice, just a little bit. From each of those 50, half of those 50 oranges, because when you cut them in half, you're going to make 100. What's going to happen is you're going to have an overflow of juice in that cup. If you don't believe me, try it. See, that's the concept of getting a little bit from a lot. See, the reason why I want to say that is, in our business exactly, and I'm going to use our business as an example of why getting a little bit from a lot makes a big difference. There's a high level, the highest level in our business, called the Senior Executive Unit Leader. Then the first level in our company, when you start building a team and a network, is called the Unit Leader. And I've said this over and over and over and over again, that a unit leader can make more than a Senior Executive Unit Leader. And let me give you an example why. If the Senior Executive Unit Leader had 100 people in their first generation direct to them, in their downline, first generation, direct to them, just 100 people, and each one of those 100 people decided to go out and just place a $50 sales order, that would total $5,000 in sales. Think about that. Now, usually the Senior Executive Unit Leader receives 2% off of those sales. So if you think about it, and you times that by 2%, that $5,000, right? They're only going to receive a $100 check. Think about that, a $100 check off of that. However, if the unit leader decided to crank things up, and that they understood the concept of getting a little bit from a lot, and they decided to not have 100 people in their first generation, they decided to have 1,000 people in their first generation. They went out and massively exposed everyone and put 1,000 people in their first generation. And each one of those people sold only $50, to place an order for $50. that would total $50,000 in sales. Same sales, but because of the accumulative factor of having more people, the volume grew. Now, if that unit leader also receives 2% off of their first generation, off of those 1,000 people, the unit leader's check is $1,000. He made or she made $900 more than a person in their same exact company that is at the higher level because they decided to get more people. Let me give you another example of why we changed our focus and we decided to tell everyone we recruit, everyone we get in our business, why getting a little bit from a lot and building a network of people under you as big as you can build it is the better way to secure your income. In May of 2008, we hit that area of what's called a unit leader. It took us 6 months to get to unit leader. Originally, when we first joined our company, I make a correction. It took us 1 month to get there. But however, originally when we joined our company, it took us 1 week to get there. But we had some complications. We left our company and we decided to come back to our company. And what happened was we went to unit leader in 1 month. Now, it took us 6 months to get to the next level, which is called the advanced unit leader. And at that point, we didn't decide to focus on recruiting. We didn't understand the concept of getting a little bit from a lot. We didn't know anything about, we knew about it, but we didn't really focus on it like we did. Now this occurred in November of 2008. The second that we decided, the instant that we said we're going to focus 100% on recruiting because we want to get a little bit from a lot. We want to use the Paul J. Getty, I believe it's Paul J. Getty. We want to use the Getty mentality of getting a little bit from a lot. We said that's it. And we went to the second highest level, which was executive unit leader. So it took us 3 years. We stayed stagnant because we did not believe in the concept of recruiting. You must drive recruiting to every single person. Don't drive increased sales. Don't drive all of that stuff. That will come. But you want to make sure that you get a little bit from a lot. Because you don't, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you secure that $1,000 check. You don't want that $100 check. So you want to get that $1,000 check. And then just to fast forward a little bit, that happened in November of 2011. And 3 months later, because we focused 100% on recruiting and getting a little bit from a lot, understanding the concept of you can't control what's being sold, but you can control the amount of people that are out there selling, we understood it took us 3 months to hit the top level. And that occurred in February of 2012. So we want to tell every single person, and especially if you're on Team Destiny, that you need to be 100% recruit driven. You must be thinking about who can you get involved in your business and your opportunity. You want to be thinking about how you can build a sales force so you can get a little bit from a lot. With that, may you please take what I say and just use it. Thank you.